Number one complaint we get is lead quality from Facebook predominantly, okay? Lead quality. Everyone says, I'm getting leads from Facebook, but they're shit, they don't convert, blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to show you what we do with our clients to take them through this process, okay? Number one thing, if there's nothing else you take from what I say today, the number one thing that will change, there's obviously different types of leads, right? But the number one thing that will change the response you get from your leads is how quick you call them, okay? You're going to get hot leads, you're going to get warm leads, you're going to get cold leads. That's okay. That's part of life, right? I showed you the levels of awareness. Some people are not ready. That's okay. Some people will never buy your product. That's okay. Okay? You're going to get hot, warm, cold. Optimal lead response time for a follow-up on phone calls is 5 minutes or less. Okay? When I say speed to lead, I don't mean call them this week. I mean call them now. Like now.
So it is the repair.
Hey?
So please.
Yeah, obviously if you get it at midnight, you're not going to get up out of bed, sit there 1 sec. Right? But when you can, call them now. So if you've got an issue with your leads, we found that most of the time when we fix this, clients will come back to us and be like, oh, hey, the leads are better now. Like, it's the same fucking leads. You're just better at calling them faster. Most of the time when you get a lead, they usually inquire with 2 or 3 people. And if you're quick and you're first on it, I promise you, it will completely change what you deem the quality of your leads. Okay? Organizations that contact a lead within the first hour are 7 times more likely to qualify the prospect than an organization that responds in 2 hours. That's not a big difference, right? But 7 times more likely just for getting him in the first hour, that's a big difference, right? Small change, incremental result. Responding to leads within the first minute increases conversions by 391%. Now, when I asked before who wants to make more money, most of you were like, yeah, me. Call your leads quicker. Like quicker. Okay? If you take nothing else from everything I've said and just did this, you would see a huge result. I promise you. We set this up with our clients when we get clients who get leads and they're not able to convert them and so forth. The first thing we set up is we make them get an SMS as soon as the lead comes through. And it's like, cool, I'm going to set it up so that you get an SMS straight to your phone when the lead comes through with the contact details. I don't care what, unless you're on a ladder, call them. And if you're like, hey man, like I'm doing this, send them a text and be like, hey, we got your inquiry. Can I call you I'm going to call you in 20 minutes. Look forward to speaking with you soon.
From the ladder.
Don't do it from the ladder. Not from the ladder. Okay, unless you're on a ladder or a roof, it's like, call them. Just make the call. People will appreciate it. And you will be surprised at how much the pickup rate will increase.
Yeah, they're shocked.
Yeah, I've called people within like seconds. I don't do this every time, just to be clear, but if I'm there and I'm not super focused on something and a lead comes through, I'm going to dial on the spot. If the reaction is, oh wow, you guys are good at this. So of course we're good at this.
You'll probably train a bot to.
Hey?
Probably train a bot to.
Yeah, the bots aren't that good yet. And I think also there's still a level of pushback from humans with the bots, which we'll all be forced to accept soon. But sending emails at the right time can improve conversions by 53%. Speed to lead. It's the one thing that's going to change everything. It's not about your ad. It's not about speed to lead. If you're getting leads, just do this one thing. I promise you, it'll change everything. Okay? Lead, nurture, and follow up. So speed matters. Most people call a lead once and then they say, he didn't answer. I'm like, cool, when did you call him again? They're like, well, they didn't. He's like, well, why not? He's like, well, I don't know, he didn't answer, he didn't call me back. It's like, it's not his fucking job to call you back. What if he was busy? I don't know. It's like, well, that's not good enough. So what we do with clients when they do this is we train them, right? And we tell them when to call and how to call. And I tell people every day, so if you're running leads, right? If you're running, let's just say, for example, you're running leads, you're getting $50 leads, okay? Every time you let a lead slip, you're pulling out a $50 note and you're burning it. That's exactly what you're doing. Okay, you're paying for these people to inquire. You're spending your hard-earned cash to have these people inquire with you and then not following up properly, right? Or you took 3 days to call and then they didn't respond because they already heard from someone else and like that person's probably going to fuck up the sale anyway. Get your foot in the door, right? Speed to lead is the number one factor. And we build these guides for our clients. So we show them phone calls, emails, when to call, where they come from, what to say, what happens, when to follow up, when did the lead come in, how many times did you call them? Did you call them again that same day? And so forth, right? We build this all for them, and you can have it for free now if you scan the QR code. Gift with purchase.
Is there a pics on the back of this?
Of course. Nah, I'm already tracking all of you. Right? But it's important to understand how we do these things, right? It's important to understand, okay, cool. The lead came in, I called them, they didn't answer. Okay, did you call them again on the same day? Did you give them a call that afternoon? Maybe they were on the phone to the other builder. Like, get them on the phone. They inquired. You spend money for that inquiry. Get them on the phone. There's some good information in there too about, like, depending on when it arrives, what to do, when to call them, when to message them. You know, if the lead comes in overnight, message them first thing in the morning. Say, hey, you know, we saw your inquiry come through tonight. I'm going to call you in a bit. And then when they get a call from that number, they're not shocked. You know, and most smartphones now, if you sign off their message with your name, when you call them, it says your name. Do you guys ever notice that? So if you say, hey, thanks for inquiring, blah, 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 I'll give you a call later, Robby, Legacy Media. And then when I call that person, it says probably Robby, because it's read the message. And then that person says, oh, Robby, and it's not a random number. They don't think it's a telemarketer, right? Because who's ever had a lead and then you call them and they're like, who? And they don't remember inquiring. It happens a lot. Happens a lot, right? Yeah.